Alright, everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the Jordan Report, and I'm your host, Robert Jordan. Everyone, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, guys, this is my second report on California in as many days. I just did one yesterday. It seems these people are getting nuttier and nuttier and more dangerous by the day. This is Berkeley. This is from Berkeley, California. Unarmed city workers, not police, to perform traffic stops in California City. They're getting ready to have civilians, basically civilians, pulling over cars and giving them tickets. Just think of how dangerous that is. Unarmed city workers conduct traffic stops in California City, replacing police officers under a new plan approved this week. The Berkeley City Council's vote directed the city manager and city officials to reimagine public safety. There's that left word. They love these cold words. And pursue the creation of a new Department of Transportation to ensure a racial justice lens in traffic enforcement and the development of transportation policy, programs, and infrastructure, according to a copy of the council's agenda. The goal is to reduce and or eliminate the practice of pretextual stops based on minor traffic violations. That means reckless driving, people driving without a license, and stuff like that. They're going to make the roads far more dangerous. Berkeley Mayor Jesse Arreguin, a Democrat who was endorsed by Senator Bernie Sanders, folded the proposal into an omnibus motion. This is what's going down, people. It's very, very dangerous. Just think of all the traffic stops that we just heard of. George Floyd was a traffic stop. The officers' fight in Atlanta was a traffic stop. And the last officer that was killed in Washington State was because of a traffic stop. This is very dangerous stuff. The reaction was fierce from some. I think what Berkeley is doing is nuts, said Mark Cronin, a former traffic officer who directs the LAPD Protective League, a union for officers. I think it's a big social experiment. I think it's going to fail, and it's not going to take long, unfortunately. Traffic collisions, fatalities to increase exponentially. Frank Miranda, former New York City Police Department captain who was an assistant professor at criminal justice at Marist College, added, traffic stops are one of the most unpredictable and therefore dangerous duties of law enforcement. There is no such thing as a routine traffic stop, and to perform them effectively and safely takes months of police training in and outside of the academy. Let me read that again because these people are not getting the message. Then I'm going to show you a local clip on this. Traffic stops are one of the most unpredictable and therefore dangerous duties of law enforcement. There's no such thing as a routine traffic stop, and to perform them effectively and safely takes months of police training in and outside of the academy. Okay, this is Berkeley, guys. I'm going to show you the local clip and we're going to get out of here.
Stop in one East Bay City. It may not be a police officer who pulls him over. KPIX5's Dahlan live in Berkeley with a first of its kind proposal.
Right, Alan, the idea is to have Berkeley police focus only on crime. They would no longer pull drivers over. This idea is part of a larger conversation on reimagining public safety here in Berkeley after the George Floyd shooting.
Taking it from a sworn person with a gun to a civilian position that still has the power to enforce.
Berkeley Mayor Jesse Arreguin says the trained civilians would not carry a gun.
They will still have all the legal authority to ticket people for speeding or other dangerous driving. It just wouldn't be a police officer.
Supporters say too many times traffic stops across the country have turned deadly for drivers, especially if they're black and brown.
There's nothing scarier than having a fully armed person walk up to you inside of your car. That's really scary. They have a gun. If it's a civilian, I wouldn't feel that threatened. Not at all.
The mayor says they already dispatched social workers to respond to 911 calls related to homelessness and mental illness. This is another step toward reforming the police department and their role in the community.
And things escalate and get violent, we do have to bring police in at that time.
Would that be too late? Would that delay the response?
By our police department being focused on violent and serious crime, we'll have more officers who will be able to respond more quickly.
Oh, backup. The guy could be in the next county by then.
Opponents believe it's ineffective and puts the civilian workers in danger.
I think it's a bad idea.
I think it's terribly dangerous.
Police trainer and former Berkeley police officer Don Cameron says some people already challenge police officers during traffic stops, so civilians wouldn't stand a chance. Also, he says it would be hard to call for backup if things escalate fast.
You come up to the car and they pull a gun out the window and shoot you. You know, what are you going to do?
The police department here says they do not comment on council legislation. By the way, the city council is set to vote on this proposal next Tuesday, and at this time, it looks like there are enough votes to pass it. And if it does move forward, the city will spend about a year to work out the details. And if everything goes according to plan, we could see those civilians starting to conduct traffic enforcement stops as early as next summer. Live in Berkeley, I'm Da Lin, KPIX5.
All right, guys, these people have gone nuts in California. If I was in California, I'd be trying to get out of there as fast as possible.